All right, welcome back. I'm Gary Parr here with Nicola Parkman of Hands Across the Sea Samplers. We have 6 original samplers
to
we
look
can
at.
get a little look at, all right?
Yes.
Now this one is Eliza Bell Cox, and we did a video at Nashville.
Yes, when we looked
her.
at the model.
The model. Now
and
we have the original.
That's right, and isn't she a
Oh,
beauty?
wait, I need to start all the way back so people can see the whole thing.
Yeah.
Sorry for the reflection, but it's under glass, so.
Yeah. So we have these beautiful, I call them bluebells, and then we have these lovely pansies, and these dog roses are just gorgeous. But what I love more than anything about this sampler are these tiger lilies. Look at those. Look at the details in those tiger lilies. There we are. Isn't that gorgeous?
There we have them.
And of course, I love the pansies as well, and I love the bluebells, and then I love the parrot.
Right. Well, and there's a stitch along on Facebook.
Oh, yes.
And watching people stitch this one is, it's been interesting. A lot of people really focus on the parrot.
That's right.
But somebody commented, and I thought it was interesting, commented the other day, the parrot's done, now I can go back to the beautiful flowers. and I thought that really spoke to the flowers in the border.
Yes.
That she was anxious to get back to those.
That's right. Now, we recently had a question about how would you tackle the parrot. How I charted her was I did the outline of the parrot first, and then I picked out the strongest colours, and I charted the strongest colours. I charted this area first because it was very visible, and then I slowly filled her in and built her up.
Okay.
And that's the way I tackled the bird, because the stronger colours are the easier ones to see, and when somebody stitches them, they will be the easiest ones to follow and stitch as well. Yeah. Look at that little butterfly. Isn't that gorgeous?
Yeah, somebody adjusted the iris of the eye so that the parrot was looking more at the butterfly, and it worked.
That's right. I'm sure that butterfly is going to be gobbled up in a moment.
It's history. Yep.
That's right. But that is just such a beautiful sampler.
Sure is.
And the lovely thing about Eliza is that we know so much about her life. That instantly makes the sampler special for me.
Does. All right.
So, now, before we move over to the next sampler, just cast your eye down. Look at these beautiful needle nannies that Kim has got. You've got the lovely Adam and Eve scene from Esther Benson, and then you've got the sun from Esther Benson as well. Aren't those lovely?
Yep.
I love needle nannies.
Yep,
So,
beautiful. All
there
right.
we are.
Now we have over here, who is this?
Oh, this is Amy Cann, 1831. Naughty Amy Cann, who kept me on my toes when I was charting her.
I remember you talking about this.
Yes,
Pay attention when you stitch this
that's
one.
right. And she
Because
will...
Amy didn't.
No. Amy didn't concentrate. And it's been lovely today because one of the ladies that attended the workshop, she's nearly finished, Amy, and she brought her sample along. And oh gosh, it was so beautiful. And she said how much she's enjoyed stitching her. Isn't she a sweet sampler?
Oh yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
A lot going on.
Absolutely.
And tell me again, what's that hill called? What is the...
Well, this is a folly, and I believe that this is a pleasure garden.
Okay.
And, she's trying to create the effect of going back in the distance. And you know what? The funny thing is that since I saw you at Nashville and we were talking about the model, another sampler has come up for sale with an almost identical scene here.
Oh.
There was no mistaking that it was it was stitched in the same school. Absolutely. And of course, one of the sweet little things about Amy Cann has a double N, so it was natural that she put a double N in finished.
Of course.
But isn't this border beautiful,
It really
Gary?
is, yeah. Nicola, do you like borders?
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
All right, Amy Cann. Now,
That's
moving
right.
over here,
Now, we have Esther Benson, and this is the original
Elizabeth
sample.
Beaven.
Sorry,
Elizabeth Beaven.
Sorry,
You're
Elizabeth
getting your
Beaven.
samplers mixed up.
Yes, well,
Caught you.
I have been on my feet a long time today.
Yeah, we will give you a I'm really tired pass. Yes.
Yes. So let's get close.
Here, let me get a Elizabeth Beaven. This whole thing here. All right, now.
Now let's get close because there's so much to see. This beautiful border. Look at this. Look at what you've got in this border. How many borders do you see with so many different animals?
Mm-hmm.
Look, you've got an owl. You've got
It's a zoo.
Yeah. Look at the duck. And then look at this little boy.
Yep.
Isn't he cute in his Sunday best? Look at the sheep.
On its side.
Isn't it just
Yep.
absolutely exquisite? And then look at the bee skep with the bees flying around.
All manner of beast.
And then these beautiful flowers. And this is just all the way around.
Yep.
And then look at that basket.
Yep, that's
Can
the-
you zoom right in, Gary, to those flower heads?
Get that close and then it goes out of focus. There,
Ah.
right there. Yep.
Okay, and you've got the little boy again.
Yep.
And then if we just move along, look at this little lady or young girl with her top knot in her hair. And she's even got the smoke coming out
Yes.
of the chimney.
Yep.
And we believe that this was a weaver's cottage, and that's why there's such big windows.
Okay.
And there's windows here, so the light would
Light.
flood in.
Yep.
And then if we just follow this beautiful border around. Oh, and if we just come across here, look at the caterpillars,
Oh, yeah.
centipedes maybe.
Yep.
And I've never been able to figure out what that is or that. But I believe that this represents Jesus.
Oh, there's a halo there.
The halo and the light. And look at the little bridle
Yep.
on the donkey. It's not
Yeah,
a
lot of
horse,
detail.
that's
and
a
there's
donkey.
some depth in that little house there too.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And then if we come up, Gary, have a look at this little lady or little girl. It's just a very, very charming sampler. And I stitched the model on that, and it gave me so much joy to stitch.
Yep.
It really, really
All
did.
right, Elizabeth Beaven. All right, now we move over to Elizabeth Harding.
Harding. And
This is our Elizabeth tour.
That's
oh, hi,
right.
There's some real reflection now.
yeah,
Here, let me get out
Now-
of the way. This is
look at this.
maybe turn that.
Yeah.
Let's turn that so I'm getting nothing but lights in it.
Okay, so this is Elizabeth
No,
Harding's
turn the
work.
turn the. Can we turn the stand? Because it's really reflecting.
I think it's that time
Yeah,
of day.
it's
How
that-
about if I lift it
There
up?
we go. There it is. There
that
it is.
better?
Oh, perfect.
Okay, so what's very special about this sampler that Elizabeth Harding's work in the 9th year of her age, March 11th, 1791. And look at the colour in this sampler.
And this is the original, folks. So,
This is the
you know,
original, yes.
This is a superb condition here.
Yeah. I love the border on this and how she's used satin stitch for these flowers. She forgot to finish her flower there, so we finished it in the graph, but we've also indicated the areas that she left out, so
Okay.
stitchers can decide whether they put it in or they
Whether to
don't.
keep it. Yeah.
The little squirrels, which is so associated with sassy jacks. This beautiful flower here. Look at the detail in
Yeah,
that flower. Isn't that beautiful?
Sorry, folks. Lots of reflection. I realize.
Yeah. And then if we come up, Gary, look at this dovecot
Yep.
and the birds flying around, the different birds.
You wonder when we see these, and like with Elizabeth Beaven, you start to wonder if that's their home, if it was reflective of their home,
It could have
and
been.
you know that living on a farm with a lot of animals, or just what
Yeah. Well,
pets.
this is a very grand Georgian house, and you can see she's even put a door knocker on there. Isn't that lovely?
Yep.
And this is typical Georgian property. look at the little satin stitches there, just in that little section. So sweet. And then the strawberry border.
Yep.
And these birds. And I love the combination of the greens and the reds.
Yeah.
And fragrant is the rose. It's just a beautiful verse. And we've got the long S in that again.
Yep.
Because that was the period. So this is a beautiful sampler. And you know, it was a very funny story about this one. I bought this from auction. And I found out a while later that there was a TV programme being made of this at the auction.
Oh.
And I didn't know when I was bidding it was actually on TV.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Now, this little sampler here, Anne Elizabeth Barker, 1828. Very sweet little sampler.
Why don't you pick that right up? See if we can get the lights on.
That's right. And what we're doing, for people who attended the workshop, these 3 workshops over the next 6 days, and anybody who purchases any product from Sassy Jack's Stitchery, their name is going to go into a draw. And when I'm back here in June for the workshop for Bethia, I'm going to draw somebody's name out of the hat and they will get that sampler. Yeah, we just thought it might give somebody the opportunity to actually enjoy having a little bit of the past.
Yes.
So everybody who buys any product from Sassy Jack's, whether in the store or online, your name's going to go into a hat to be drawn out by hats in June.
All right, excellent. All right.
Yeah.
Now our last one.
Ann Forfitt.
Yes.
Isn't
I got to step back because
Isn't
Anne
she
is
impressive?
gigantic.
There we are. Just for you to get an idea how big Anne actually is. She's an impressive sampler. And there's just so much about Anne. What caught my eye when I first saw this was this beautiful border. Absolutely beautiful border. I've never seen a border like that before or since. And her colours are just scrumptious. I love the greens and the reds together, and I love a red house. Now this is a very big booklet. This chart runs to many, many pages, and it's been out of print for quite a while, and I've not had any copies of this booklet probably for, I don't know, maybe 6 months. And when I was here looking around the store, I found that Kim still has got some copies. So if anybody has been looking for a booklet for Ann Forfitt, I think Sassy Jack's is probably the only store in the world that actually still has some copies. So if you're interested, contact Kim so that you can secure a copy of the booklet.
Yep.
Look at those peacocks.
Yes. Yes.
And do you know what? Look at the little touches of this shrub, the little eyelet stitches.
Yep.
And then this gorgeous sawtooth border. We've been learning how to do sawtooth borders over the last couple of days that run across here. And Suzanne Cerotti, who stitched Esther Benson, the subject of this weekend's workshop, stitched this model as well.
Oh, okay.
And I think it's a wonderful achievement because Suzanne has 3 young children, but she stitched this wonderful sampler for us. And the model is in Australia because Suzanne's from Australia. And the other thing is, if somebody's wanting to stitch this, there is a group on Facebook for the love of Anne, and the ladies are stitching her sampler. So,
Terrific.
All right.
All right, Ann Forfitt right there. Boy, it's big.
She is a big girl, isn't she? But look how fine that linen is.
Oh, yeah.
That linen is such a high cant.
Yeah.
Such a high cant.
All right, Nicola, that's a good little tour. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Bye-bye.